Hi there, I'm Beth from messymarriage.com with another edition of Sloppy Joe Time. And as you can see, I'm changing things up a bit. I've got a green chevron mug this time, and that will not replace my black and white chevron mug. But I like to mix things up every once in a while, and I'm going to be mixing up my Sloppy Joe Time a little bit too, because normally I focus on the sloppy expectations I have of my husband in marriage. Well, today I'm going to be talking about the sloppy expectation I had of God in my marriage, especially in those early messy marriage years. I was a believer, and a very devoted believer, and I would pray and I would ask God, please change my husband or change the situation, make it less painful. And I would have enough patience for maybe a few months or maybe even up to a year, but if it went on for longer than that, which it did, by the way, I would begin to get impatient with God, and I would begin to wonder, are you, maybe not that he didn't love me, but I kind of felt like he was not being fair with me, that he was giving my husband the advantage and not really convicting him, and so therefore I suffered for that, and that maybe God didn't care enough about what suffering I was going through. So I look back on that time now and I see it more almost like I was viewing God as this genie, and I felt like if I came to God with my request that I could rub, maybe not on a lamp, but on my two hands together in prayer, and somehow magically God would give me my request. He would remove the pain, he would change the situation quickly, and then I could just be praising God and saying, oh, look at how God answers my prayer. Well, I think God answered my prayers, but sometimes I think he was telling me no. And I think he tells me no still on occasion. And those no's from God are really hard. But usually behind that no, there's a yes that he's answering. He is giving me the best for that situation. I know that if he had intervened quickly or removed the pain right off the bat with all the different things that my husband and I went through, I know I would not have grown in my faith. I would not have trusted him in the dark times or in the unseen times. And I know that I wouldn't have these lessons that I can come to you, my messy marriage readers and viewers, and share with you what I've learned through the School of Hard Knocks, basically. And so I am grateful for the slowness that God had in helping me in that situation, deepening my faith. And maybe you find yourself in that very same kind of situation. You've prayed for a very long time for your marriage. And I would encourage you to just trust that God is for you, even when he says no to you, that there are many yeses behind that. And look for those yeses, look for God's faithfulness in that. Maybe even make a list of all the ways in the past that you've seen God fulfill what you've needed, and maybe give you a no sometimes, and what was the good that came from that. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again for another Sloppy Joe Time.